Chicano, I have a copy of the order here, reversed the resolution of the NCR Civil Service Commission and affirmed the dismissal of Prosecutor Resado. In other words, by as of March 07, 2007, Prosecutor Resado was a dismissed employee of the Philippine Tourism Authority. And when he was appointed in the Department of Justice sometime in 2005, he had a pending case in the Civil Service Commission. So we have two cases here, Mr. Chairman. The first one is what would appear to be lying to this committee, and therefore we should forward this to him with notice that he should prepare to explain to this committee why a perjury proceeding should not be instituted against him. The second one is for the DOJ to explain to us why a corporate attorney with a pending case as of the time that he was appointed in 2005 and dismissed as of 2007 was given a very sensitive prosecutorial assignment in the Department of Justice. Let me read, Mr. Chairman, what were the charges against Prosecutor Resado. In essence, it was basically weakening the case of the PTA against an entity. Weakening. And how did they do that? By his repeated, I'm quoting, repeated undue and unjustifiable failure to attend crucial court hearings coupled with lack of remedial actions and efforts constitute gross and inexcusable negligence. Unquote. And there seems to be a pattern insofar as Prosecutor Resado is concerned, because in this particular case, he is on the dock with respect to the Alabang boys case because of the suspicion that he may have weakened the case. In fact, he recommended the dismissal of the case against the Alabang boys group. So to me, it is very serious, and that's why, Mr. Chairman, I move that we forward these documents to him as a start of proceedings against him for possible perjury. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
The attorney here, would you kindly receive this copy and taking explain later on in fairness to his presence here today?
And the other one, Mr. Chairman, was for this committee, since this is related because this pertains to the strength and the ability of the Department of Justice to form a team of integrity, competent prosecutors. For them to explain to this committee how someone with such a background, a pending dismissal case, and someone who was actually dismissed, was still appointed in the Department of Justice and given an assignment in the prosecution task force because he was already a dismissed government employee, a record of dismissal as of 2007. It is now up to the Department of Justice to explain. Perhaps this is something that should go to the Secretary of Justice. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
May we, point of information, Mr. Chairman, who appointed Resado?
I would not know exactly, but 2005, my recollection is that Secretary Gonzalez was already the Secretary of Justice at that time.
And
Maybe the Secretary appoints, I think, no?
I think so, yeah, because my experience in the executive branch is that the head of agency is the appointing authority.
Subject to any confirmation, am I right?
Not
subject to
by
any
CA confirmation.
No, not CA.
But I think
I have approval
by the
of
President?
prosecutor, I don't know if a prosecutor is a presidential appointee. I'm not in a position to answer that.
Are the prosecutors subject to civil service laws?
Perhaps we can ask the Undersecretary how, Mr. Chairman, perhaps we can ask the Undersecretary how prosecutors are appointed.
Mr. Chair, there are certain levels of prosecutors that are appointed by the Office of the President and some of the Department of Justice. I will get the exact the particular case of Mr. Resado, 2005, I will have to check the records and report it to the
But who appoints in that particular case in the rank of prosecutor Resado? Who appoints it? Is it the chief prosecutor or is it the Secretary of Justice?
I think it would be the Secretary of Justice. So I will have to check on that, Mr. Chairman. But there are some also appointments of the prosecutor level that is appointed by the Office of the President.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, but I
know for a fact, Mr. Chairman, that in the processing of an appointment, when someone is appointed to an agency, there is always a questionnaire. And part of the questionnaire is asking whether you have a pending case or whether you have been dismissed. Either Mr. Resado misrepresented this, did not tell the full truth, or the Department of Justice was released in pending the qualifications and competence of Prosecutor Resado.
After it's being appointed by the Secretary or by the President herself, no? Isn't the appointment subject to review by the Civil Service Commission?
Also, Mr. Chairman.
In connection with that, Mr. Chairman, may I therefore perhaps request or move that we ask for the records of prosecutors in connection with the findings of the Honorable Golez, so we will know how his application form was made, if it was under oath, what were the circumstances when he filled up the information, because I'm sure that there will be also some part of the information sheet wherein offices which have been appointed or serving and reason for separation. I'm sure it will all be there. So perhaps we can ask the committee secretary to ask for those records on the next hearing.
I agree, Mr. Chairman, before with the Congressman Pisolo. Mr. Chairman, I have here a copy, a certified true copy of resolution number 070455, dated March 07, 2007 of the Civil Service Commission proper, certified true copy by the Chief Personnel Specialist, and I would like to submit this to the committee together with the other documents at the Civil Service National Capital Region level and at the Philippine Tourism Authority level, so that this can be forwarded to Mr. Resado as a start of our proceeding for possible perjury against Prosecutor Resado. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I was talking to Prosecutor Resado earlier with respect to that case, and he informed me that